What's going on, Bust? Back again, Copilot Academy. So the one thing I want to talk about in this video, right? I talked about Discovery Flight, what to, expect from a Discovery Flight. The next thing I want to talk about, a lot of people ask me about is medical. So this is one of the things that I would say you want to do in the beginning. So if you want to look it up, go search on Google. And you'll find like class 3 medical, class 2 medical, and class 1 medical, right? Basically, the different medicals, basically, when you're a pilot, you have to have at least one of these medicals. And there's also something called basic med as well. But I want to keep this super simple. So just think class 3 medical, 2 medical, and 1, right? So if you work your way kind of top down, right? So class 1 medical is basically a medical exam that a pilot has to take and pass, and it's basically the highest level of medical. So you figure every airline pilot has a class 1 medical. A class 2 medical is basically kind of in between, right? It's not so difficult to have. There's maybe a little less of I want to say tests that are done, but at the same time, if you're going to pass a class 2 medical, most likely you're going to pass a class 1 medical. For a private pilot, right? So basically, a license I have, you only need a class 3 medical. Like I said, we'll keep basic med out of this whole thing. And the reason why a class 3 medical is needed is basically just make sure corrected vision, 20/20, nearsightedness. There's all these like things that you have to pass, but it's a super easy class to pass. But you'll be surprised that there are. There's a lot of medications you can't take while you're flying, obviously, right? But you don't realize that as like a pilot, a non-pilot or student pilot, right? You just like, oh my goodness, I'm taking decongestant every day because of allergies or whatever. So there are things that you cannot take while you fly, right? And there's also windows in which you can and cannot take those things, and you can't be on something that is, say, a maintenance drug that is on this list that FAA has, and the easiest way to look it up is AOPA. We'll talk about it in another video as well, but those are basically AOPAs. You think like a union for pilots is probably the best way to put it. So one of the things that you want to do is just make sure you can pass the medical. I think people overlook that, and you run into pilots. I probably run into like 10, 20 pilots since my journey. And you'll find out that there are some of your other fellow students or pilots that, oh yeah, I had an issue with that, had an issue with this. I actually had one as well, and I'll go through it in another video. It's probably too much detail for in this one, but just make sure you can pass your class 3 medical. That's all you need for a private pilot. It's probably all I want to get through here. Take your Discovery Flight. If you like your Discovery Flight, next thing you probably want to ask yourself is, let me just make sure I can pass the class 3 medical. Because you can go through all this stuff, go through ground school, go through maybe start flying, and next thing you know, you don't pass your class 3 medical, and you as a private pilot, you can't fly. So that's probably my next best recommendation is Discovery Flight. Just make sure you can pass the medical, and then from there we'll probably talk about the differences between a private pilot, commercial pilot, and airline pilot, and then go through ground school stuff I've done there. But so hopefully this is helpful. If you like it, please hit that like and sub. If you don't like it, hit that thumbs down twice. If you're not subbing, I don't know why. And thank you for joining, everyone. Have a good Monday. I'll see you in the next one. Crypto. See what I'm saying? I do crypto stuff. Copilot Academy out. Have a nice day.